Okay, recording is going. Welcome everybody to our second Gathering of Light. I'm so happy to have some of these beautiful practitioners here today to share with us their beautiful light, their wisdom, the tools that they want to share with you today. We're going to do intros for the particular light workers that are here today, so they're each going to introduce themselves and who they are. And then we're going to have a round of wisdom where each is going to share some wisdom, something that's coming to them that they feel is important to share at this time. And for those that want to, they're going to also share some uplifting tool or a practice for you that will assist you during this time. So welcome everyone who is jumping on the call, who is here. We will do a replay. Oh, there's Suzanne. Let me make Suzanne a co-host just in case. That way it brings you to the top. Hi, Suzanne. And so we'll do that. Okay, so why don't we begin? I guess since I'm the first one talking, my name is Linda Galvan, and I am a spiritual intuitive. I'm a soul guide. I am a grace channel, and I live right outside of Austin, Texas. And I've brought together these incredible, amazing, beautiful peers of mine. They are beautiful sisters who I absolutely love, who have beautiful gifts to give. We've all been on interesting journeys together in our own healing processes over the years. And something just guided me to bring all of these beautiful souls together to share their light and to help uplift you and keep you in a grounded, beautiful space during this time period of massive change and transition on the planet. So most of the work I do is working with people who are stuck and need to realign to their higher purpose. And then I have all kinds of interesting little superpowers that assist with that process. So that's me for now. And I would encourage all of the light workers who are here, if you want to share ways that, oh, there's Nadra, ways that people can get a hold of you, you can just put it into the chat. So if you have links to share, things along those lines, you can put it into the chat so that others who want to get a hold of you can do that. All right, Tina, would you like to go next and introduce yourself?
Thank you, Linda. Yes, hello everyone. I'm so grateful that you're here and that we get to connect with each other. My name is Tina Karagulian. I am a Kundalini yoga instructor, facilitator, and I'm also an intuitive artist. In those two ways, I help people to anchor with their own heart and their body and their own healing. And I also am a gong practitioner. So I offer gong sound healing sessions that can assist you to integrate and to get more fully into your heart. So if there's anything you like to do to explore in that regard, I'd be happy to assist you. And at the end, I will put some information out there so you can join an upcoming yoga class if you're interested. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tina. Let's see, Africa, would you like to share?
Okay. Thanks so much for putting this all together, Linda, and I want to thank everyone for being here today. It has, it's really beautiful to be able to come together in this space. My name is Archield. I'm an intuitive business coach. I work basically with spiritual entrepreneurs, and I help them make a really deep impact, reaching their audience, and while also making the money necessary to lead their lifestyle so that they can continue to give from a deep and profound place. And I have, like Linda said, I have a lot of other little tools I use to do that, from tarot, astrology. Linda brought my fire reading yesterday, but also just at over 20 some years in business, and that helps quite a bit with this processes. So it's really about integrating the feminine and the masculine in a profound way, so that your business can grow.
Thank you so much, Africa. And let's see, Gwendolyn, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Gwendolyn Terra, and I'm currently living in Ashland, Oregon. So we're bringing some West Coast energy. I have many tools I work with as well. I really feel at this time very clearly that I am a soul embodiment guide, really helping us to fully embody our spirituality. This is the path I've been walking for over 25 years with a lot of tools in a very grounded way. How do we physically, physiologically show up and live and create with spirit, with life, and really in this incredible dance of life with the earth and the heavens, and addressing the pieces where we don't. So the integration, it's wonderful to be in this circle because so many of us touch on similar tools, and it's great, right? We need a lot of us right now. And really integrating, I call the work I do integration constellations, which sources from system family constellations, but really understanding that we're part of life, that we embody, that we're part of it. And how do we open to that connection and create, consciously co-create with life? And I work with individuals who need support in those ways. That often I work with people that are on the spirit path that actually know there's things getting stuck that they can't get to and they want to go deeper. I, with individuals, and especially with the group field, so I love being here, work with how, you know, the energy to shift is amplified when we get together. We have this capacity. And so I've worked with group energy for 20 years and individuals. So if you're wanting support to really shift the patterns, and I was thinking the other thing I really love to do that I have actually been called a master of more than once, because I mix music and I do other things. I'm a master of transitions. Like, I love these points where things meet and how to bring them together. And this is that time. So I'm very excited at this time. And I help you if there's pieces that need to be loved and integrated and brought in a new way. I'm here to support that process for all of us. And weaving the old and the new. We'll be talking more about that, but like, really, how do we do that? So, yeah.
Gwendolyn, thank you, thank you. All right, Cherie, would you like to share?
Hi everyone, I'm Cherie Mason. I live in Sedona, Arizona, and it's snowing just a little bit. I am an energy aligner, so my gift is to tune into any energy field and align it back to its natural state of, let's say, well-being, of flow, of pure light, of pure energy, and to be able to shift vibrations that are in the way of our highest potential, whether that be with a person, animals, businesses, and spaces. And I'll be sharing my information a little later too. If you would like to connect with me, I work with individuals both in person or remotely, and also with businesses and pets, everything, individual businesses and animals and spaces, remotely or in person. I'm able to tune into the field from wherever I am. So grateful that everyone is here today, and really looking forward to sharing this beautiful group of light workers and willingness to evolve during this amazing opportunity that we all have. Thank you.
Thank you, Cherie. Nadra, would you like to share next?
Hi, I'm Nadra, and so beautiful to see you all here. Well, it's always interesting when I have to say what I do, because I never quite know what I'm going to say. I'm a bit of a polymath, so different people know me for different things. What I would like to share today is that I am a well-being researcher and a Gene Keys ambassador. And in that, I would like to offer, and I do offer on a regular basis, learning opportunities for our well-being, so we can grow our capacities around taking care of ourselves and really understanding our own unique capacity to take care of ourselves and to connect with each other in an empowered way, where we actually connecting and empowering each other and ourselves at the same time. So that's, you know, we teach gene keys, and also individual sessions around. Some of the tools I use for individuals is crystals and active presence, and really, really going deep to support your body. And so that comes into a lot of my classes too, because that's some of it is stuff you can do for yourself, and also really understanding how we amplify each other when we're fully empowered ourselves. So we do that in groups and also individually.
Oh, thank you, Nadra, very much. And let's see, I think we have Shirley on the call as well. Shirley, would you like to introduce yourself briefly?
Sure. Hi, I'm Shirley. I live in Portugal now. Before that, I lived in Austin, Texas for quite a long time. And I do a lot of different things. I'm going to stick to the ones I do remotely for this call. One thing I love doing right now is helping people shift their subconscious beliefs. So if you notice in this time, you've got negative thoughts looping around in your head that are not serving you, I would be very happy to guide you through a very simple process that you can use over and over on your own to shift those negative thoughts. And I also do oracle card readings, which are easy to do remotely also. So I'll put my email down in the chat box, and I would be very happy to be of service to anyone that I can through this time. And Portugal's pretty calm, by the way, especially the part where I am. If anybody needs toilet paper, just come to my grocery store. It's full. An entire aisle and a half of toilet paper. So, it's wonderful to see.
Oh, thank you so much, Shirley. And yeah, if we're that desperate that we have to get on a plane to go get toilet paper. But anyway, thank you so much for being on this call, because I know it's probably a late time for you over there. No, it's probably what, 7? I don't know what time it is over there, but anyway. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to begin by having each of our beautiful light workers share some wisdom that's been coming through for them about this time period that we're in. So any wisdom you feel called to share at this time that you feel is uplifting, that helps people put things in perspective, that helps you to really kind of ground in and see what's going on from a higher spiritual perspective or from a higher state, and you would like to share that. Including any astrology, because I know some of you are astrology people, so the astrology might be beneficial for people to know right now as well. So if there's anything that you want to share, including, you know, I know some of you are also gene keys people, study the gene keys, if there's something around the gene keys you want to share as well. So we're going to just do a round of sharing wisdom right now. So we're just going to start a wisdom circle share. And then after that, then we'll go in and we'll share a tool. Anybody who wants to share a tool with anyone. So who would like to begin and share some wisdom? All right, Gwendolyn.
So as I was coming into the call today, I was looking at something, and that I was feeling that, like, what's something to share today? And the astrology is so complex that there's like hours and hours about it right now online if you want to watch it. But there's this big transformation that we launched into this year that's really like the full-on change that we're in is here. And it's been this interesting dance because like all the planets are really involved. They're all kind of in one part of the sky. And there's like this, and what I was feeling, first of all, is that there's like these big transformational things, but then there's these exquisitely sweet alignments that keep happening to support us in the process, which is kind of like this call. And today, I've done astrology since I was 9, so I don't always mention that I'm an astrologer, but it's just because it's so basic for my way of thinking. And but the planets Venus and Jupiter, and within this 24-hour period, are in a trine, which is it's a super nice harmony. And astrologically, those are like the most benefic planet days of the year. That's when like people get surprise gifts and resources, and they're in the earth signs of Capricorn and Taurus. So there's like this groundedness. There's like this love. And there's even our government just passing a support thing for people right now today. But it's like this beautiful, there's like this support, right? And there's so much transformation coming, and we have a super big jolt coming in the next weekend. So but every time there's been these shifts, there's always these great alignments, like Venus, the love planet, keeps going in and making sure she's there first before this other stuff comes in. And I was just wanting to acknowledge that, like, and for this call, that we're like in this, there's like this incredible support, not just astrologically, but we're all feeling that, which I'm sure others will share. The energetic support and love that's here right now is so big. And the changes are here, and the adjustments are here. It's like, we're not going to go back. We're really in the change. We're in the birthing process and the deathing process, really being with the ending of what's been, even how we've done our work, where it's changing or it's growing in a different way. So like, it's like being with the challenge and also feeling that incredible love and support that's here. And it's even in the stars. So I was feeling that. And, that definitely, when we, in our shares, the other astrology thing that's been here it started last year, was this Taurus going into, Uranus going into Taurus, and it's the revolutionary planet. So since it's being there for a chunk, the revolution is all about the body and the earth. And I was just feeling into that today before the call. It's like, what's the revolution of the body? We're all becoming conscious of our bodies and how we relate in our bodies. And this is like the body blast, wake up call. So we are in a revolution right now. And I kept saying the word revolution, people would be scared of it. And I'm like, well, we don't have to go to war, but it can be a different kind of revolution. It's a change, it's changing out of something away into something else. So I felt today has a lot of beauty in it. Like, we're in a bigger story and there's a lot of things happening, but this is like a good day for things to show up, and the romances and as we hold that energy and in this expanded view, and really in our bodies, really hold that energy that can nourish us as we go through all the other stuff that's happening. Right. So I feel like there's something about, and also like this, giving ourselves permission for the joy and the love right now, right? Because there's a lot of shutdown, and it's kind of like, people are sick and people are dying. Can we still be joyful? And can we still, feel that energy, that yes energy, that can, how do we find that even when the other stuff's happening? There's something about that like, that's okay. Like, it's good for us to feel alive and good. So I feel so much creative juju. I keep using that word, but it's like, it's spring. We're going to create. We are in the creating of a new way in our world right now. And I'm grateful to be here with all of you. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Gwendolyn, for your wisdom. Let's see, who would like to go next? Okay, Tina.
I was a therapist in a past life, and I did a lot of work with people around grief and letting go, and and also looking at that process within us now as a whole collective. And so it's really important to take care of yourself, to be gentle with your body, to rest when you need to, and not to push or force anything, I think, is a really important message. Because I think we're in a new time of a different mindset of how to be with one another. And it's like we've been, like your mom put you in timeout when you were little, if you had that. I know I did that for my son, where he just needed to go to his room to just kind of reset. I think we're in a time that many people who have been awaiting this time have been, preparing for. But there are many people maybe who it's all new to them. This is all new. What does this mean? Not to go into fear about it, but to say this is an opportunity to reset, to slow down, and to really feel what inspires your heart and your body. And one of the quotes that came up this week that I thought was very important was, how can I be authentically present to myself and to people around me? Even given all of this, we're bigger than this. Our souls are bigger than this. We came here for a reason. We came to uplift this planet. So really tapping into and anchoring into your heart and your soul, which, and you know how to do this. It's just giving yourself time to revisit that part of yourself, because we are going to have a whole different way of being with one another. So how, answer that question, how can you be authentically present for yourself, for others, no matter where they're at, even if they're in fear? Can you shine your heart, blast some love and light from your heart to them, either in your prayer time or meditation time, or over phone calls, checking up on people? We can still do that, and being outside and really soaking in the earth. So that was the main thing. Just how can you be authentically present with yourself? This is a time I'm nourishing and really connecting to the new, and giving yourself time to grieve and rest and love on yourself, feed yourself in all the ways, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all the ways.
Thank you, Tina. That was beautiful. Let's see, who would like to share their wisdom next? Okay, Africa.
Everyone, the big thing I've been hearing in meditation the last couple of days is nature. You know, go out there, look at the trees, be immensely grateful for everything you have. Like, really tune into what's important, not what you thought was important. But this is a beautiful time of pause, so you can actually realize what's important and be in awe of everyone and everything else around you. Because often we don't get that time to really slow down and see what's going on around us, and how our breath feeds the trees feed our breath, and just seeing that intersectionality, that interaction between everything and how it rolls together. And of course, you know, just like others are saying, this is how it's gonna, that awareness inside, it's going to spill over to how we engage with others. The other thing I've been seeing, and I call it the Aries on Aries energy, because we're in a new moon Aries, during Aries. Or, there's so many ideas. Like, so everyone's on a different part of this journey. We're not all starting at the same place. We're all getting the pause, but we're in different parts of the journey. And so some people are at that part where they're just getting, all of a sudden, it's like awareness that they have ideas, that they have these things that they want to do. Like, they're coming upon their soul in a more profound way. And all this stuff is starting to come in, and all of it can happen, but all of it doesn't have to happen right this second. But be excited about it. I've talked to a couple of women who actually felt guilty that they were so giddy and so full of energy and joy. And I'm like, this isn't time to be guilty. Don't feel guilty, because that's what this pause is about, you know, to let everyone really ruminate in whatever part of the journey that they're in at this moment. So I wanted to share.
Beautiful, Africa. I love some of those pieces of wisdom you shared. That is something for us to really think about. Absolutely, allowing people to be where they're at on their journey without judgment. And I'll share a little bit more about that later. Let's see, who else would like to share any wisdom that they're getting? Okay, Cherie.
Hi, everyone. Wow, it's so exciting. Thank you, all you beautiful people that have already spoken. Yes, I align with a lot of what you have already said. What I would like to share is this is such an amazing time of inner inspiration where we get to really feel and know who we are, and to experience what the divine is wanting to create through us. And we can do that from a place of it feels a lot safer because we're not out and about in the world. There's not that constant comment or judgment or criticism from the outer world. So it's such an amazing opportunity to practice your true being, your true self, your divine self in a really safe way. We have so much space to do that right now. It's funny, this whole social distancing thing. I originally judged it, and now I see it as what an amazing opportunity to have some time out, like Tina was saying, and to just be in your own space, to be with spirit, so that we can all actually bring more light onto the planet. So much creativity is coming through. If anybody has noticed waves of energy, I've been really noticing that, times where I've had to just literally stop and lay down and rest. So I'm like, woo, there's stuff moving. So give yourself that opportunity. And today, while if anyone else is going to be sharing tools for the group, I'm offering to hold a space of trust, to really trust in the divine, that we are always taken care of, no matter what it looks like. And I think during a conversation we all had yesterday, Tina mentioned that the work is being done in the background. So it's okay for us to be. We don't need to be in any panic. Just I want to really hold that space for everyone to feel. And I want to share that so that everybody feels and knows that it's all okay. Everything's okay. We can breathe and just look around us and know that everything is okay. And to practice that going within. That's all for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Cherie. I just want to share some awarenesses with everyone who's watching right now and those that will watch later the replay, that the light that all of these beautiful light workers are holding, along with the beautiful soul light that all of you are holding who are now viewing or who will view later, just know it's creating a beautiful, amazing conscious field of light. That's why I'm calling it the gatherings of light, because it actually is creating these, I mean, the way I'm seeing in my third eye is these rings of light that are coming out from the point of this gathering, and it's being spread out into humanity and into the earth. So just know that when we bring together all of our beautiful levels of wisdom and light, doesn't matter whether you're a light worker or not, your presence is important. So being authentically present and mindful in the moment is so powerful. You don't realize exactly the powerful gift that is that you give to humanity by just being here now present. So I just wanted to share that I'm just seeing these beautiful waves coming out from this. So all of you that are on this call right now who are watching, just know you are part of this. So even though you may not be the one speaking and you may not be quote unquote a light worker, you are absolutely just as important. There is nobody here that is more important than anyone else on the planet, actually. And so I'm just wanting to send lots of love to all of you who are watching, because you're actually sharing your beautiful love light right now with all of humanity. And so I thank you for that. It's not a random thing that you are here. So thank you. I think Nadra wanted to share next, so I'll have you unmute yourself, Nadra.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that what I'm observing from a Gene Key standpoint is I'm seeing all of the threads weaving right here, and it's really beautiful. Like what you were saying, Linda, and also the energies that are coming in through where the sun is positioned and where the earth is positioned in the gene keys, that's the gift of far seeing, and is where the sun is at, and the earth is in the gift of, let me see, integrity. So what I'm seeing a lot is we're speaking to those things as we're, because those energies are being activated in all of us. And so it's really fun to like hear all of you speaking to that, because that, it doesn't matter whether we know the gene keys or not, these are codes within us and we're activated, and all of us are activated. And it's just really cool because like the shadow of judgment, that's the shadow that goes, that, the gift of integrity brings us out of that shadow. And with far seeing, that takes us out of the shadow aspect of opinion. So whenever opinion is keeping us stuck and not allowing us to adapt, like, not that there's anything inherently wrong with opinion, but that gift of far seeing is what helps us to shift our perspective so that we are actually more present with what's really here and what is our authentic response to the present. So I just think that's really beautiful because all of us have access to those energies right now, and each one of us has activations within ourselves around our own integrity and around our own ability to take perspective and really see things from a different way so that we can support ourselves in shifting thoughts and think, patterns that are running that might not feel all that good and that are being activated by the collective fear, which is also influencing us right now. So this really is a powerful supportive energy that's there and that's present. And I just wanted to acknowledge that we all have access to that. And when we know and we have words for it, sometimes that helps us.
Beautiful, Nadra. You took what I was about to share. It's about judgment, which is perfect because the message for the past 48 hours has been that, and it's been an awareness for me, that depending on where you are on your consciousness journey, okay, so Africa was talking about where we are in our journey. So where you are in your frequency band of consciousness, okay, so wherever you are in your journey of awakening, that's how you are perceiving what is right now. And so it is important that we each understand wherever I am at in my consciousness, that's how I'm seeing and understanding what's going on right now. And there's many people right now that are on certain bands of consciousness where all they can see is what's going on in the 3D, which is filled with lots of fear and panic. Is that wrong? No, it's just where they're at. That's where we have to really step out of the judgment, where we have to really move into neutrality, where we really need to catch ourselves when we say, oh, because I was having to catch myself, the minute they put out some kind of notice that I have to be in my home by 11 o'clock at night. I don't like people telling me when I need to be at home and when I don't. That was a trigger for me. And so I had to catch myself judging some of the processes that are going on right now because I'm looking at it from a different consciousness perspective, that's all. So I have had to practice stepping out of all judgment, stepping out of all opinion, and instead going into a neutral place, just a place of just be. I don't need to give an opinion. I don't need to judge this right now. That's a waste of my energy, actually, and it drains me personally. So I've decided, it's just a commitment I've made to myself, that I am not going to step into, as much as I can possibly be aware, I'm not going to step into the judgment, and I'm not going to step into the opinion, because the minute I do that, there's always going to be someone else that's going to get triggered by that judgment or that opinion. And the ultimate truth here is that our judgments and our opinions are not the actual truth with a capital T. So we can spin around all day with our judgments and our opinions, and it's going to get us nowhere. What we have to do is we have to step into that space of neutrality, the space of peace, and just hold a higher light for all, no matter where anybody is in their consciousness journey. And when we can be in that powerful place of present moment now, without the judgments, without the opinions, we actually are opening up and expanding and allowing more light to come through us. And so it benefits everyone when we can move into that more neutral, peaceful place. Now, that being said, we also have to realize that whatever gets triggered is supposed to get triggered. So if your judgment is getting triggered, if you're going on an opinion rant and you're getting triggered, if those things are happening, okay, great. At some point, set the intention, I hope I wake up from it, so that I can step back and look at it without judgment of myself and say, interesting. There's something going on here that's creating a reaction in me. What is this about? And this is where you can get quiet, go inward and ask the question, wow, I got really triggered by that situation or by what that person said, or I have a really strong opinion about this. Interesting. And instead of judging, just go inwards and go, okay, let me just sit with this for a while. I don't need to make myself wrong, and I don't need to make anybody else wrong. I don't need to make myself right, and I don't need to make anybody else right. So this isn't about the right or wrong. In fact, we're being called to go beyond the right and wrong, beyond the duality, and say, you know what, things are right now. Can I be in a neutral place without being in the right and the wrong of things? And it puts you in such a much more beautiful, peaceful place that's more expanded, place where you can hold more light, as I said. So that's been the awareness that's been coming through for me for the past 48 hours. And I've had some interesting experiences personally where I opened my mouth and I shared an opinion, and wow, things blew up because everybody is in a very heightened place right now of sensitivity. And so I realized that it was time to, there's certain things that need to be said, certain truths as we're speaking right now on this call. And then there's certain things that are more in the place of egoic judgment and opinion that really wouldn't serve the whole. So I've had to come into a place to ask, for me to share or say that, would it support the whole, or would it in some way take away from everyone by me sharing that? And so that's been the wisdom I have been aware of lately, so that I am really discerning what I share and what I say. And I am constantly checking with myself, okay, how much of that was my personal judgment? How much of that was my opinion? What's going on there? And trying to be as conscious as possible so that I don't get into lots of opinion and judgment, because that doesn't really serve. In fact, it invites us to be still. It invites us to be quiet, actually. So that was what I wanted to share. Gwendolyn, yes.
Just on that note of what you were sharing, that it's like the stillness, and also to be in our hearts in compassion. There's like a huge invitation to be in the compassion with ourselves and every other human and everyone else. Right, so there's this neutral space, but there's also love here. Like in the compassion, that unconditional love, and neutral. It's like they hold each other almost, is what I was just feeling as you were speaking about it. Just because we can kind of like be kind of rough to get to the empty space, and it's like, no, and so much love, let's open to what's here and being out of the judgment. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Thank you, Gwendolyn. Okay, did everyone who wanted to share some wisdom words, did everyone go through that round? Okay, I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Shirley, you spoke, right? I think Shirley spoke, didn't she?
I would like to speak again, please. Just to share a couple of my favorite things from Byron Katie. You all may or may not be familiar with her, but she's someone I followed for a long time. And two favorite quotes from her. One is, when I argue with reality, I only lose 100% of the time. So it's really easy right now to say, wow, this shouldn't be happening, or it should be happening in this other way than it is. And we're going to lose that argument. So it's simply being with what's so right now, which many other people have spoken to. Her other quote that I love is, there are three kinds of business: my business, your business, and God's business. And if I'm anywhere but my business, I've abandoned myself. My business is the only place I have any control, any place to be. So stay in my own business. And I need to remind myself of that fairly often. The other thing I want to share is my spiritual path for the last 35 or 40 years has been Course in Miracles. And a main tenet of the Course says there are just two things: love and fear. And if we're not experiencing love in a given moment, just look for what we're being afraid of. What are we fearing? And we can always choose again. And a really easy way to do that is simply by directing my breath into my heart. Just as I breathe into my heart. And now I'm going to turn my screen off. I'm going to be in the background just holding space, holding love for everyone. And thanks again for all of you who are here.
Thank you, Shirley. Yeah, several of our beautiful light workers today are actually holding lots of healing light space for everyone. So just know that everyone is receiving a lot of powerful love and light right now to assist you. Your job is just to keep your heart open to receiving that, knowing that it is here for you if you're willing to receive it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into sharing some tools. So let's see here. I think Tina wanted to share a tool. I know Gwendolyn did. I know Africa did. Nadra, were you wanting to share a tool as well?
I'm holding space.
Holding space. Okay. So let's see here. Tina, yours is a more of a meditative breath work. Is that right? Okay. Why don't we start with the breath work, because that always shifts our whole bodies, and then we can go into what Gwendolyn wants to offer.
Wonderful. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, everyone. So breath of fire is a Kundalini yoga breath. And, we talked earlier about the two different things that we're looking at, maybe some fear, unresolved triggers. So breath of fire is really great for the first three chakras, which are at the base of your spine all the way up to just, where the rib cage meets up top. So it's where we store past memories and things like that. So breath of fire is a cleansing breath. Now, let me just say that doing a very powerful breath with your navel, it may not be good for some. So if you have untreated high blood pressure, glaucoma, heart disease, you're pregnant, first few days of menstrual cycle, you could do a very light one where you're really not moving your navel point as much. So just know your body, be very gentle, okay? But it's an equal in and out breath. And what's beautiful about it is it's using the breath, like Shirley mentioned, to redirect you back into your heart, and helps you know that you're empowered. You have a way to act in your body to move energy. So I just want to say that. And so the breath looks like this. It's a you can bring your tongue out, so it's like panting like a dog. You can go really slow. Again, you can go very lightly. Where your navel point, where your hand is on your belly, doesn't have to move as much. Or if you're feeling comfortable and those contraindications are not in effect, you can inhale belly out, exhale belly in. And when you're ready, close your mouth, and you're going to breathe through your nose, equal in and out breath. Close your eyes, focus at the point right here, and imagine you're going in about an inch. You can bring your hands in this mudra, which is index and thumb together, and rest on your knees and spine straight. Feet on the floor, and begin. Again, go at your own pace. And if you feel like quickening the pace, if your body is naturally doing it, you're not forcing. Again, this is almost as if your body's going to take over. You're letting the breath take over. It'll be more like this. We're going to do this for a few minutes. You can do it for 3 to 31 minutes. You can take a break at any point and start again. Let all the triggers, all the fears, all the things in you that you think, oh my goodness, I'm going to just breathe it out. So just let your breath assist you, the life force within you assist you. Inhale deeply. Gently retain the breath. Focus your eye gaze at that brow point, like I mentioned, with your eyes closed. Hold gently. Exhale whenever you need to. But if you can retain it a bit, do so. Exhale, relax. And now just let go. Feel any difference in your body. Notice any difference from when you began 3 minutes ago. If you'd like, you can put your hands on your heart or just stay quiet in the original posture. And focus your attention on feeling your heart underneath your hands and allowing the breath to circulate any part of your body that needs that life force, that needs that breath to nourish. Not only are we releasing what doesn't matter, but we're nourishing the cells of our body. We're nourishing our emotions. We're nourishing and resting in our heart. So we're going to sit in silence for a minute. Go deep. Allow yourself to sink into your heart. So just remember what this feels like, that you can anchor and go into your heart at any time, that your heart and your soul knows this. Just stay connected, keep sinking while another practitioner speaks.
Yeah. Keep breathing into that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Staying with your heart, staying in our bodies. We're just going to go a little deeper. Thank you, Tina. Thank you. So feeling that life force and then dropping into that spacious heart space. And I invite you, as you're there in your heart, to let your awareness expand down into your body. Yeah, let it go. Feel your heart and feel it go into the back of you, into your shoulder blades and your spine. Just feel yourself in your heart and sinking into your body, feeling all your organs, your tailbone, your hips, and really just taking a nice slow breath in, letting your belly fill up. Letting it expand and breathing out gently. Just breathing in again. Just feeling yourself sinking fully into your hips, your legs, wherever you're sitting, wherever you are, your knees, your ankles and your feet. Letting yourself just drop in to your body, feeling your weight. So feeling that your heart open, but also feeling this weight, this incredible gravity that holds us to the earth, that connects us to this earth body. And as you feel that, you can just imagine through your whole body, through your spine and your pelvic floor and your legs and your hips, your knees and your feet, the soles of your feet. Just feel yourself having invisible roots that extend from this body through your heart, through your body into this earth body. Feeling them touch in. You can feel them touching into the soil. Really touching in, feeling the other roots. Touching in, feeling the warmth, the moisture in the air and the warmth. And even letting your heart fully tune in and come in flow, come in resonance with the heart of the earth. This earth body that we are in, of. And as you do that, I just invite you to soften and open. And it's like you're just leaning back, leaning into an embrace, being held. And as you soften and open, you're letting the earth hug you back. We are little, the earth is big. We can be held in all of this. Letting that in as you open, letting yourself breathe in that life force energy from the earth, this nourishment that's here. It's circulating in our blood with the breath that we did, and then allowing ourselves to take in more life force, even more nourishment. Allowing that to really hold us. It's always here. The earth is here, always holding us. We can lean in to something bigger. And just as that moves through your body and around your beautiful heart, your heart can just take in as much of that as it wants. And feeling your unique expression start to get juiced up a little, right? The light that you are, the expression that you are in your body. And as it starts to take in all that life force, really feel how it goes all over your body, through the mycelia, the connective tissue, all through your body. Just like the earth is all connected, feel that connective tissue in your body actually activate, take in that life force. So feeling our internal connection, the whole operating system, through our hearts, through our chest, into our throats, letting our mouths open. Yeah, letting our mouths open. This is Gwendolyn's voice over Tina's face. Letting our mouths open and our ears. Letting everything open. Feel this expression that you are fully opening through the back of you, through the top of you. Feeling all of this earth, the unique flower, the unique expression you are fully opening. Feeling your chest. Yeah. Your chest, your throat, make some sound. Ah. Let your head move. Feeling this expression you are. Let your arms open. Let your arms open. Feeling your head and your whole body. Opening, breathing, feeling the earth. And as you do, just imagine that light from our sun, those beautiful planetary bodies, sprinkling and sparkling on us. And just letting that light in and letting it nourish every cell all the way through your connective tissue, all the way through our hearts. And just in this moment, feel yourself fully here in your body and opening even more to that light that you are that comes through you, and letting that activate your soul purpose, being here fully. Letting it flow through your body and through your hands. Yeah. Yeah. Letting it flow through your body and through your hands. And just saying out loud, really claiming your presence here, fully activated. Feeling your heart and whatever's here with your heart, just letting it be here. And claim your presence and just say, I am here now. Really feel yourself here. And as we do that, let's feel this full circle, right? This full circle of beings that we are. Feeling the circle, fully here inside of ourselves and fully connected. And then connecting in with the whole earth, whole human body, the whole earth body. And still feeling fully ourselves in this field, actually being that. Yeah. And breathing in your heart. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, Gwendolyn. Thank you, Tina. We're all zenned out right now. Woohoo! I'm hoping Africa can function doing her tarot reading right now. Africa, are you ready?
That was some energy. So thank you, Tina. Thank you, Gwendolyn. That was amazing. What I wanted to do, if I can get this going, I was scared to do it early because I didn't want my charcoal brick here to not ignite, but now I'm having kind of, here we go. Maybe my mission will work now. I want us to set intentions. So if everyone, you're already in this beautiful heart space right now, and I want you to set intention, not necessarily for the world. This is our time to pause and go within. So set a very personal intention right now. And I want us to hold space together for that. And I'm going to continue holding space for it today on my altar. I can get this to ignite. I might have to ignite it later. For us to hold intentions together. So if you want to and you feel good about it, you can write your intentions in the chat, because I know the rest of us will hold those with you, because we've created this beautiful connected space to do that with one another. So I'll give everyone a moment to write that in the chat. I'm going to start adding some frankincense and myrrh and copal. You're putting in your intentions. So I feel that we can carry these intentions, and I really am grateful to Linda for bringing us this opportunity to be together every week, so we can hold this container one of the major things that I believe, it's just a tenet of how I do things, is that as spiritual entrepreneurs, we are our business. If you are not straight, if you don't have the container to develop and move, your business will then suffer because it's the same thing. That's what we're here. We're here to serve our soul's purpose in this world. So that's why it's so important. Whereas I think most of us really want to give to others. Most of us really want to be of massive service in the first place we go, and setting intentions to set it for others. So I encourage you to set this for yourself so that you can give from a very deep well. Okay, cool. I see I'm rolling in. And what I want to do, and I will read a card in a moment, but I actually take it apart, guys. So I'm going to seal our intentions in love with roses. So I'm putting dried roses now on top. And I'll keep feeding this along during the day. Just to keep holding our intentions together. This beautiful connected space. Tina and Gwendolyn brought us all together with connecting down with the earth, holding up our intentions. Ooh. Let's see what we have. Ooh, they're showing fast. Okay. Feel connection in my heart, that my heart remains fully open. I'm the channel for the love that I'm being asked to be. Continue to trust the divine always has my back. To open my heart to receive in all ways. That's beautiful too. See, honor with unconditional love. To trust my inner heart guidance and anchor in my knowing as I move forward. Honor the wisdom of my soul. Share my heart love with myself and just shine, shine, shine. Calling in support for keeping an expanded viewpoint, allowing me to create from a place of inspiration and divine impulse. Oh, I love that phrase, divine impulse. My intention is to trust and offer unconditional love and to find my soul's life purpose on this journey. Yes. Deep heart trust, share my love and co-create a sacred home with my partner and my community. Yes, there is infinite, infinite abundance. Even right now when things are showing and looking different, it's like we forget. There's always infinite abundance. With God, with the universe, there's everything we need, it's all right there. It hasn't gone anywhere. And if you really want to get, even in the 3D realm where people are just really starting to freak out, the supplies are all there. Not running out at all. So just remember that no matter which space you're looking in, it's infinite abundance. Everything is there that we need to survive, to thrive, to really thrive. So I'm going to hold that intention. I'm going to pull a card. And these are Cheryl Richardson's self-care cards. Because I think the other thing is, the reason I chose this deck is there's this need for more self-care to help us stay connected with one another, with our source, with our higher self. And we had something jump already out. And it is truth. Tell the truth. Integrity is the key to living an authentic life. And there's been so much from everyone in their wisdom about truth telling, about being in integrity. And there's something I'm getting, and I just don't know another phrase. I have a very strong Christian background. You don't sow pearls before swine, which sounds ugly and judgy, but sometimes you can't share truth in a certain way with people. They're not ready to hear it. I had a client recently who wrote a post about coronavirus, and there's a lot of backlash for it. And then some people who didn't seem to really see it, and I told her, I said, that's okay. Sometimes people they're not ready for the information. They're not going to see it. They're not going to hear you. Other people, they are ready, but it's still kind of scary and they're going to lash out. And all of that's okay. Just stand in your truth, in your integrity, in your authenticity. Thank you.
Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you, Africa. And thank you to all the beautiful people who shared such incredible intentions. Know that we're all receiving the light of the intentions that everyone shared, whether it was on the chat or in our hearts. So I want to thank everybody who did that. I know we're getting down to maybe the last 5 minutes of our call, so I want to make sure, let's see, Nadra, were you going to share a tool? I want to make sure that I'm not missing somebody.
I think we're covered. Everything that I had is covered by what Africa just did. So that's perfect and beautiful. And I'm here in the background holding the energy and amplifying.
Beautiful. Gwendolyn, do you have any other wisdom to share, or does any of the other light workers have anything they need to share or want to share? Or Gwendolyn, I think you're unmuted.
I am. Oh, yeah. I just posted in the chat, but that I was talking about Venus and Jupiter today, especially. One of the other things about Jupiter is that it's about truth, justice, truth, speaking our truth and being willing to be seen in it, even with these consequences. And then Venus, which is about love, but it's also about how we value, how do we value life, ourselves? And it's in the earth sign of Taurus. It's all about the earth, and they're trying, and it's like there's this grounded way of being with our truth and our value, which is just so exquisitely what Africa just spoke to, and what the Gene Keys and so much in this call had that energy. So I feel like that's the integrity, that Nadra mentioned and Tina mentioned. And yeah, I feel like there's something about that, being in our value and being in our truth, that we're really supported in that right now. Even if others are having their experience, like you said, the different perceptions and points of view, but there's something about that's how we're creating the new, like for real, not saying it, but not quite doing it. There's like you can't fake it right now with spirit. Like spirit's like, right? We can't fake it. We can't say, oh, I'm about the earth, but every time I use plastic, I have to be conscious of the fact that I'm part of the plastic story and what's there. It's like integrity means we own that our movements and actions are here and part of everything. And if we're on the spirit path, that, like Cherie said, spirit's in everything, even in the plastic. But it's in how are we relating with the earth and spirit and each other authentically, all the beautiful things that were said, but just kind of a nice gathering of that.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, Gwendolyn. So I wanted to give a chance for anyone who wants to ask any questions. So maybe something that someone shared. Oh, Cherie, hold on. Let Cherie speak first.
Hi everyone. Yeah, so I've been doing some energy shifting in the background, and I turned my camera off because I moved my hands a lot, so I didn't want to distract everyone. But wow, some really deep shifts. Really, actually, I don't have words for it. A lot of activating of energy and a lot of moving of sludge is how I would describe it. Very heavy, sludgy energy. Again, so grateful for everyone on the call, because the group energy helps me to be able to work with the divine to shift this vibration. Something that came up, I think Africa was just talking about fear of lack, let's say. So we're seeing it everywhere if you see it on the shelves, but to actually really be diligent to come back to the truth that we really know everything is regenerated. So again, going back into nature and knowing that even though the leaves fall off the trees, everybody on the planet absolutely knows that they will grow back, that more will come. So it's staying in that place again of trust and knowing the truth that everything is always supplied. Yeah, really exciting. You can probably hear the energy in my voice of the strength of that energy that is coming through. So amazing call. Thank you, everyone. And back to you, Linda. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Cherie. Yeah, I could feel you doing the work in the background. I don't know if anybody has noticed that we went through this wave throughout the call, so things got really light, heavy, got really dark, and just kind of it was thick. The air was thick, and now you can actually feel more lightness. I can feel some more space right now as things are clearing. So just know that what we have started right now and what we are creating right now is a movement of energy, so that what's ready to release, be willing to, with love and light and easiness and grace, let those things go and allow the light to come in and do its beautiful work in your life in the way that it wants to. So yeah, lots of stuff is moving. What I'm hearing to let everyone know right now is really self-care. It's so perfect that Africa drew the self-care cards by Cheryl Richardson. I've got that deck. We are really called right now to be in a place of really allowing ourselves to slow down, allowing ourselves to be in a place to rest, giving yourself the nutrition you need, giving yourself the fresh air that you need. Lots of hydration, people, okay? Like way more hydration than you ever thought you needed. We are coming into an age where we are doing so much deep detox and cleanse of the body. The cells in our body actually need more water than they ever have, and the water needs to be clean and quality. So I like to put, pink sea salt in my water, or concentrates minerals, something that really energizes your water, praying over your water. There's all kinds of things online that you can learn how to do to really activate your water so that it's really healthy and vibrating for you. So it's important that you really take care right now. Get the extra rest, take naps if you can. I mean, it's like those kinds of things are really important. As Gwendolyn mentioned, we're going to be going through a peak. We're like going towards this peak right now. So things are going to get kind of intense in the next couple of days, and then it's going to start to kind of, release. So hang on. It's okay. Nothing to be afraid of. It's just part of, this process. We're just riding waves. Okay. So either you can fight against the waves, or you can just jump on your surfboard, your spiritual light surfboard, and just ride the waves that are happening right now. That is the easiest way to get through everything, is to ride the waves. Don't step into opinion and judgment. Stay in a neutral place. Take care of yourself and be in that place where you're really gentle and loving with yourself, and be forgiving right now of others. People are getting triggered so much right now. Be forgiving. Forgive people that trigger you. Forgive others. And really be in that place to really, people are where they need to be right now. And for some people, it doesn't look very pretty. It's just what it is. And for other people, they're in these massive states of bliss and elation. And there's nothing wrong with whatever state you're in right now, because that's what is right now. And allow it and love it. So I did want to make sure that if anybody had any pressing question, type it into the chat. If there's something that was unclear or something that's just on you right now that really needs an answer, please type it into the chat. And for those that of us that feel guided to answer, we can answer that question. Or if you have a question specifically for someone, type it in the chat and mention their name. And we'll do our best to answer any pressing questions. I don't want to leave anybody hanging, lingering. So I want to make sure you're feeling complete, and then I'll have Gwendolyn do a completion with the.
I just want to do a logistic thing real fast. If you look at the three dots, if you're on your phone or if you're on your computer, in the chat box, if you go to more, you can you can open more and do save chat. And then when we end the call, it'll save the chat on your computer. So if you want the information that we've been sharing in the chat, it'll be in the recorded video, but only as it showed up. So if you also want to save the chat, all of us administrators, if there's any reason you want to have the contact information, I'm just wanting to give the logistic. You just save chat.
Great. Yes, absolutely. All right, I'm not seeing any questions unless I missed something. Thank you for all the beautiful love notes everybody's sending. We send you all so many love notes for being on this call today. I'm going to send out this link as a replay, and it's also going to be posted on my YouTube channel publicly so that anybody can share it. So if you feel that what was shared today would benefit your friends, your family members, I want you to share it. This is a gift of light we're giving out there into the world. And so we just thank you all for being here, for holding the light for humanity with us. And let's see here, any last words, any last closings before we send everybody off with lots of love? All right. I just ask that everybody spend some time humming. I know that sounds crazy. Humming, like a hummingbird, okay? So when we hum, om, any kind of humming, we're activating our vagus nerve. And it actually increases immunity, and it just helps us be stronger. It stimulates all kinds of things in the body. So you can go and look up all the research that's been done on the vagus nerve and how humming and oming and chanting really helps the vagus nerve. So if you feel guided, I keep getting this really interesting message. Sound, we need sound, like if all of the earth right now would just hum, like if all of the earth, can you imagine the sound wave of that humming would dissolve what's going on right now. Literally, it would dissolve from that sound vibration. So the most powerful sound is your own voice. So by humming and listening to the sound of your own voice, you are creating a powerful wave of sound out there in the world. So when you hum and you sound, do it with this intention that you're sending this wave out. So I just invite everybody to hum for a minute, 3 minutes, hum, several times during the day. Set your phone to, a little alarm and say, oh, it's my humming time. And let's all be hummingbirds this week. Okay. So I'm inviting everybody to be hummingbirds this week as we go into this, this peak time. Hum more, because the more you hum, the more vibrations of sound that go out there into the world, the less that peak, it doesn't have to get so high. Okay. The peak can just go and then dive. Okay. So we want to use our powerful sound vibrations of humming and spread that around the world. Let everybody know, hey, everybody, start humming. And if you're at the grocery store and you don't want to hear what people are saying, you just start humming. And it just blocks out whatever else is going on. So it's important that we sound, that we do our voice. But the humming, the oming, if there's mantra that you do, this is the time to do it. And so I'm inviting you for an entire week every day to hum, om, sound, do mantra, chant, sing. Sound is so key. If you do sound instruments, gong or tuning forks or crystal bowls or whatever other sound instruments, piano, it doesn't matter, do those this week. We need lots of powerful high frequency sound this week to really help us get over that peak. So hum. It's very simple. doesn't take much. So that's my tool, everybody. Hum. All right. Love and light to everyone. Thank you to all of the beautiful practitioners that were here. Thank you to Cherie, Nadra, Tina, Gwendolyn, Shirley, Suzanne, who's holding space for us. Who else am I forgetting? I'm forgetting. Oh, Africa. Thank you all so much. And for any other light workers that were here on the call as well that I may not see your name right now. Thank you so much for being here, for sharing your love, for sharing your light. And we're going to keep doing this on Fridays, and the practitioners that can show up and share their light, and those of you that want to join us on Fridays, it will usually be probably around this time, 1, 12, 2, something around there. I'll send an announcement out, and so will the other practitioners. Keep checking your Facebook because we'll announce these gatherings of light. so that we can keep sharing our light. Gwendolyn, did you want to share something?
Well, I was thinking if we wanted to just complete with you unmuting everyone and us all humming our way for a moment, just to have that collective hum. It'll sound kind of weird because of the Zoom connect, but if we're all doing it, it'll be kind of like a wave, and that wave meets the other wave and it kind of blends, right? So I was just thinking it would be fun.
So if everybody, I don't have a way to do
You
it.
can't unmute everyone?
Everybody just, everybody sees a little mic that says mute, just click on it and it takes the, it takes the
It's
little.
really noisy when we do, so we have to be done. Thank you, Linda. I also want to say thank you.
So everybody unmute and let's begin. 1, 2, 3. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Gwendolyn, for inviting me. That's great. Good. Sit there and hum for 3 minutes straight. It will thin you out and bliss you out. I'm just, I challenge you to sit there and hum and watch how look, all right. Well, thank you all. Blessings, sealing everybody in love and light and saying thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Mwah. Love to everyone. Light, peace, happiness, and joy. Thank you for joining us. Bye, everybody.